This is just the first half of the kitchen. We have a luxurious giant shower.
So we did an 18-inch roof raise in the bus because I am 6'4" and could not stand up straight in a normal school bus. That's where I met Emily, was actually on the job site working for the family earth moving business. Yeah, she was my boss at the beginning.
Hi, we're Josh and Emily. Come take a tour of our schoolie. Welcome to the kitchen. In our kitchen, we have bulk storage below here, and then this can flip up to be our dining table so we can have meals together. And we love to have our spices exposed because it inspires us to try different recipes and have fun in the kitchen. So then once we're done cooking our meals, we wanted to make sure that we had a big sink to do all of our larger dishes because our smaller ones can go right in our dishwasher. And we love it because it can use 1 to 2 gallons per cycle, which we figure is less than we could do them by hand. We have a 12-volt electric fridge, which is an apartment size, which is plenty for just Josh and I. And then we also made sure that we had lots of storage for all of our utensils, so we can have bulk pantry or our kitchen appliances in all of our drawers and cabinets. This is the second half of the kitchen. In it, we have a few storage spots that we couldn't access with our drawers, so we have extra tall storage right in our countertops. We also have a 3-burner propane stove and oven. For our pantry, we decided to standardize all of these containers as well, so these are all quart-sized jars. And then for the vinegars, we have standardized containers as well. And for all of our spices, quart jars, and our vinegars, we have made them so they won't tip out. We've added an extra lip so you can tilt them up, tilt them out, and then they're free, but they won't fall out while we're driving. Under here we have pantry for our canned goods, but we also can flip this side open to access larger bulk items like flour. We've had 3 different locking mechanisms that we've tried in the 2 years that we've lived in the bus. So our last system that we've come up with that has actually worked is a system of linear actuators that we can roll it up, it'll catch everything, and then once we get to our destination, then we can roll everything down and then open our drawers like normal. So all of our curtains have insulation in them, and so depending on if it's sunny or dark out, we can have them rolled up, have them rolled down. Each of the bars have magnets to them, so we can relocate them and they will easily snap into place, and we can have them as much exposed to let in as much sunlight as we want or as dark as we want for blackout curtains. Can you guess how many spices we have in our spice rack? Be sure to put your guess in the comments below.
We found our bus at AAA Bus in Phoenix, Arizona. I actually flew down, picked up the bus, and drove it all the way back to South Dakota, all in one weekend. It's a lot of driving. The whole build took us approximately 2 years and cost us around $80,000. Of that $80,000, I think $7,000 was the purchase price of the bus. But we still worked full-time, and we did the bus conversion on the weekends and in the evenings. And it was basically our second full-time job. So we did an 18-inch roof raise in the bus because I am 6'4" and could not stand up straight in a normal school bus. At the front, that gives us almost 8 foot of ceiling height, which makes it nice and lofty. But at the back, we wanted more storage, so we added a foot of storage beneath the floor and floor hatches, and I can still just stand up in the hallway.
Welcome to our bathroom. In our bathroom, we have a RV-style toilet, which means we have a black tank down below.
80 for black and 40 for gray.
And then we have a luxurious giant shower, and we were able to have a recessed shower pan because in the hallway we have a step up for storage, so we kept the original floor height for our shower pan. We have a Nebia shower head, which is amazing to help us conserve water. And we also like that we can adjust the height so it can be lower for me versus extra tall for Josh. And we lined it with a shower liner so it is all completely waterproof, as well as behind our shower walls, we have that shower liner as well. And then we have a vinyl floor tile for our walls so that these 2 walls are waterproof as well. For our sink, We wanted to make sure that we had an extra small format sink, but we struggled to find one that exactly fit our needs, so we ended up using a succulent planter for our sink instead. And then in the floor panels, we have a little bit of extra storage where we are able to fit a full-size laundry basket and our cleaning supplies. As we move from the bathroom to the bedroom, our bathroom door can double as a divider between the back half and the front half of the bus, which is really convenient when we are both on Teams meetings to help block some of that sound from each other. In our bedroom, we have a queen-size bed, and above our bed we have an air conditioning unit, which was originally one of the emergency exits from the school bus, and we converted the opening for our air conditioner. And then on the front side, we have these little storage cubbies, which is for our whole closet. And then below my feet, we have more storage, which we use for bulk pantry items, as well as bulky clothing items such as our winter coats and sweatshirts and stuff like that.
Here at the back of the bus is my office. Growing up, my family did a lot of earth moving, and I used to work for the family earth moving business. I decided to add some of my models and mementos from that time. I work full-time from my workstation up front here. Behind that, I have a workbench and storage that's sitting above our engine bay. So the reason I have a worktop is that life on the road is always full of ups and downs, and some of your downs involve working on things. So it's a nice spot where I can lay out all my tools and get to work rebuilding something or fixing something so that we're up and running and ready to hit the road again.
I grew up in South Dakota, and I lived there my whole life until I went to college, also in South Dakota, for my engineering degree.
I grew up in Minnesota and then moved out to South Dakota with family. Ended up going to college in Iowa, and I studied construction management. That's where I met Emily, was actually on the job site working for the family earth moving business. Yeah, she was my boss at the beginning.
We got married, and we found we were using all of our PTO to go on road trips together and see the country. So we decided that once COVID hit, that really opened a lot of doors for remote work, so then we could travel permanently.
Yeah, I changed jobs, so I'm working out of Massachusetts now, doing engineering, civil engineering type adjacent work. And you're full-time remote working out of Minnesota, so been a blessing for us.
When you walk in our bus, you're immediately in our living room. So we have a couch, which we can pull out to have a queen-size bed if we ever have guests. And it is right across from my office. So I have two screens, and then I usually operate with an additional laptop. But these two screens also double as our TV monitors if we ever want to sit back and watch a movie. What I really enjoy is doing arts and crafts, and so I have a tilt-up easel with spots for all my art supplies. Right across from our couch, we have more storage, and so in this storage, we decided to keep a lot more of our outdoor gear so we can just access it quick from being outside. Because we have a roof raise, we were also able to incorporate some upper storage without making it feel too cramped in here.
Here we are at the front of the bus. To start off, we did a custom Jeep rear bench seat as our driver's seat so that Emily and I can sit next to each other. Going forward from that, we have our custom maple dash. It took me way too long to build this. In front of that, we have our garden herbs so that we can cook with fresh herbs on the road. And in front of the herbs, we have our cat's litter box. So on the driver's side of our underbay, we have our electrical panel, and behind that, we have our inverter and battery storage. We went with server rack batteries, so we have EG4 server rack batteries, and it's a 24-volt system, and we have 640 amp hours of battery storage, because I have one custom homemade battery. So on the roof, we have 2,400 watts of solar panels that feed into our charge controllers, and we just decided to do a 24-volt DC system because it's a lot cheaper to buy all the components than a 12-volt system. In hindsight, I might have even gone to a 48-volt system because then you can get much cheaper than what we have now. At the back of the bus, we have a factory air ride system for the suspension, but up front it was just spring. And because we are just over 30,000 pounds fully loaded, we decided to put air assist on the front axle. So I have two different airbags that just assist the springs and bring our ride height up and down. And I can actually control that from the driver's station. So if we have a steep approach or something that we're trying to get through, I can actually overinflate and raise our front end up almost 4 inches. So that really makes for better clearance with the front door. So a couple things that we found out along our bus life journey is that, first off, you can never plan too far in advance or have really tight deadlines, because you're traveling in a 20-year-old school bus, you're going to have issues, you're going to have breakdowns. It's not going to go quite the way you plan, so you have to be flexible when you're on the road.
My biggest takeaway from schoolie life is how my lifestyle has changed as far as my relationships. We're away from our family, but we've also made amazing friends who also have this same lifestyle, and we've really been able to connect with them and to make lasting lifetime friendships.
We actually inspired my parents to actually take up part-time living on the road, and sometimes they will meet us and we will spend a couple weeks together on the road. They're actually parked right behind our bus at this moment, so it's fun to still have family close by when you're on the road too.
Thanks for watching. If you'd like to follow along with us, we're on Facebook and Instagram at aurora.theadventurebus.
And on YouTube at The Hard Way.